again with another live stream, more in recent time. Going to be catching up with some of the latest discussions, news and talk, but this time around it's going to be done a little bit differently because I do have a secondary device in which can be used off camera, just like what would be done in normal videos when it comes to looking at certain Facebook posts, but instead of just throwing it up all on screen, firstly, can't be done on the main device, but secondly, it can be done on an alternative. Thirdly, then, it's probably better just me giving my thoughts on the matter. So hopefully it's clear enough visually and everything. Kind of multitasking here and there. On one side, I've got one device with some sport on in the background, but I'm not going to show that or any reflections because YouTube, when it comes to copyright, not risking any of that. And then besides of me, I will have the other device just here, okay? So first of all, we've got Badger Life. Big shout out to Badger Life, present once again. We the people, peepholes. I ended up spelling it wrong, didn't I, in the past? Yeah. Interested to see if Watcher Crazy shows up or anybody else in between. 6 people present now, welcome. This was more like on the spot live stream. I realized the last one, what I did, even though I did give a heads up, it was a bit quieter. So I thought, you know what, I'll just do it by the chance that maybe things are a little bit different this time round. And what I will do, I will jump into it very shortly. Once a couple more people join on in, I'll look at some posts to do the Presgrove case, read bits out, certain comments, and I'll give you my thoughts and feedback in the moment, because maybe these type of discussions don't need to be clouded by the normal video, so this can have its own little special place with the exception of some important posts along the way if need be. Welcome to anyone else that is joining. We haven't missed too much at this moment in time. Just starting off, first of all, tripod always a little bit wonky, which is kind of typical. Bring that a little bit closer. There we go. There used to be a proper countdown in the past, but not anymore. So kind of like doing it on the spot as I go along. If you haven't already, if you want to check out my last live stream, which was done on this case of Presgrove, and looking at some shocking points and posts and bold statements, claims by the likes of Justin Roy and some other things, you'll be able to find that on my main channel page, the live section, okay? So if anyone does have questions regarding the case, whatnot, you can always leave your thoughts, little comments below, and I'll give some reactions. Recently, I've been focusing in on the likes of, what was it now? Oh, Kaden Pressy, the Facebook Messenger conversations. I've done part 2 already. I will be on part 3 tomorrow or the day after, depending what else happens in between. I do have a Kenny Veach video that needs to come out, more of a discussion-based one where I just simply show my face and talk, because what true crime has done for me is made me sharper and maybe a little bit more realistic, maybe a bit overcritical at times, but then I can bring it back to previous cases and more so mysteries, so it can help complement it. So there is that. I think the last video that I did to do with Kaden Pressy in the part 2, the details mentioned there were quite shocking in a way. The contradictions so early on in the case, you'd think it would have been more clean, more accurate, but for Kaden to say, what was it, went to sleep like 11:30, but Georgia left at 11, all happening Sunday night. What the hell's that all about? You can call it discrepancies, you can call it inconsistencies, but for once, got to take in mind it's what Kaden said privately in the past, so he wasn't intentionally spreading public misinformation or public disinformation. It was private in the first place. Always got to acknowledge that, and it's what Kaden was thinking at the time, not truly confident. But ultimately, Kaden is the one who should know when he went to sleep, and even if he didn't, he's got material. He's got his own video footage which shows the timestamp of 1:05 in the morning of Kaden physically being awake Monday morning and recording outside. So for Kaden to say, I went to sleep at 11:30, oh what, you woke up at 2:42 then? Not possible whatsoever, because there's hard evidence which clearly shows Kaden's still awake, leading up to 2 in the morning. So maybe it was a mistake, maybe it's only small scale, maybe because it's private, it's not a big deal. But that early on, with a fresh memory, and yet it not being great, it's a little bit worrying in a way. Welcome to anyone else watching in the background of this live stream. You got any questions, feel free to pop them in the live chat. Wait a little bit longer, see a few more people come. It's getting around the time of when I would normally do a live premiere. I know recently I've been doing it about an hour earlier or so, but this one was a bit more on the spot, right? Kind of like a last minute thing. So I thought, just do it anyway. Still early enough, still kind of light. We'll see how it goes. And if it needs to be extended the length, then that can be done as well. Badger life, everyone is so quiet. Appears to be the case, but you know, try to keep it under control. Not quiet for too long. We got the sweet strawberry present. Shout out to Strawberry. Truth for Justice as well. Shout out to Truth for Justice. Badger, not me, I'll take over the whole chat. Yeah, you will take over the whole chat. Tunnel into the ground, bury about, find the rest of the badgers, population, kick things off, charge on in, definitely. So for anyone else that's just joined a little bit late, I've got an extra, device here, which I can use to look at the comments and post on Facebook. Reason why is because YouTube will not allow me to on this device in front because it's using the camera, the main camera. So I just thought I'd change it up a little bit this time round. And then football's on in the background as well. It's Spain beating Portugal 2-1 at the moment in the final. Ronaldo seems to be complaining. He pulled someone's ear then, what the fuck? So I think I'll focus on the case discussion page just because there seems to be a bit more activity there. And, I don't really have to get into lots because, to be honest, one of those typical things where there's long paragraphs and, yeah, people can talk about drama and conflict, but when you look back at some of the pages and posts, it's still ongoing. I'd argue and say that recently here it's been, I don't know, maybe a bit more controlled. We got Jeremiah, new here. I really enjoy your channel. Big shout out to Jeremiah. Welcome. I'm glad you like the channel. And there is a variety of videos currently looking at the Presgrove case, but here and there, try to do other stuff as well. A little bit more active with the Kenny Veach case recently, able to balance that out, and another Kenny Veach video coming soon. Got to say, probably will reach the target mark. The last Kenny Veach video nearly at 1,000 views, which is really good to see because it's been over many months since a video last got 1,000 views. But ultimately, that can be down to my own actions, as in sticking with a case that is dying. But that's what I do. I will stick with a case that is dying because once I lock on, I do lock on. Not everyone has the same stamina. But, when it comes to viewers that still stick about or return back, shout out to those people. Badger Life with the choo-choo super chat, super sticker train. Remind me of the 2022 days. We'll get a blessing as well. There you go. The Badger Queen with the custom badger emoji with the golden. Was it the badger or was it of a rat or something going after the rats? Whatever. It's a good emoji, that. And Badger supporting the channel over the time. We've got Casey Schilling, good individual, actually showing up on time this time, and actually showing up when there's more context and things aren't dodgy. So I guess that makes a change for once. Evening, Casey. What's the time at the moment? About nearly 2,100 hours. Kind of around the time of when normally do a live premiere. So what I'll do, I'll just read a little bit out of a post on the case discussion page. If you want to listen in, feel free to do so. You want to give any thoughts or any questions, you can do. But something going on about Tracy, whoever Tracy is. I think there was a Tracy on my channel. Was it Tracy Lynn? I think Tracy was the one that said they went to a party and they left the party without any trousers. Don't know where the pants ended up. They also talk about skinwalkers or something, and maybe being a local or something. In my memory then. This Tracy, though, different person maybe, says, I'm so sick of being attacked and belittled by people with any type of question that goes against what they're pushing people to believe. And what's this? I asked a genuine question from someone and I already knew someone would be crazy at me. Don't care if the band or whatever. To belittling evil behavior, in my opinion. People get frustrated. What's the point participating because of the BS behavior of grown ass adults? Well, at the end of the day, what you will find out with most true crime cases, the majority of the average audience will be of a certain age, an older age, not really old, but probably above 20, right? But at times it can look like the biggest kids about. But granted, there will be other moments where you come across the biggest degenerates. So, and I can give context afterwards, Strawberry, but, you know, Strawberry, I came across a big degenerate, okay? Incompetent behavior, but that was sorted out and under control, right? So welcome to anyone else that's present. Robbie Taylor as well. That's all good there. Welcome. So should people, yeah, Strawberry. I won't give context right now, but I'll do it in the, I'll do it afterwards if there's still time, but the thing to acknowledge is when it comes to certain possible negative behavior, before you respond or comment, check the profile, check the videos, check who they really are. First of all, if they're young, if they're a degenerate, it's just down to lacking pre-operational concrete stages of development as an individual, or it might be stunted or delayed, psychologically speaking. So once you've outlined who the person is, the possible age, then you can progress from there. If they are a degenerate, if they're of a younger age, then you don't have to really progress any further past that point. If it's a person of an older age, you think they might know better, but still, it's a revolving door. And I'll tell you something else, Strawberry. I came across one of the biggest bitches in the past in terms of their cocky behavior. I couldn't mention characteristics, but I'm sure I'll get called out and labelled certain types of stuff. But it was some makeup artist of all people, and they were such a knob in terms of how they responded. Now, they're a pretty much dead-end channel, probably still are till this day, but they were a disease-ridden, cancerous human. But the reality is, oh, Badger Life, perfect analysis, appreciate that. The reality is, when I came across that cancerous individual, some female makeup artist that had their head so far rammed up their arse, just like their eyeliner and their mascara probably bent backwards and put where the sun doesn't shine, but to be honest, it's probably just all rain, probably not even rain, probably a dry individual. But, you know, that was it 2021? So I wouldn't have responded the same way as I do now. See, Badger Life is a key witness to the Warlight Wrath overkill mode. In 2022, I went into overkill mode when it came to responding back to humans, including Bob the Builder, the feral animal. We know who that is. And then some other humans along the way. That Indiana 59, one of the most disease-ridden cretins. Indiana 59, what was it, 6 to 8 months ago, yapping on about Warlight Wrath still, about the coverage on the case. A Black Widow predicted, saw their true personality and behaviour from the UK. Ugh, going to be thrown up left, right and centre. Isn't that embarrassing, Strawberry? A person from the UK with such a disease-ridden mindset back then. Whingy, whiny behaviour. Pissing off elsewhere. Oh, but they were perfectly okay when I was calling out a soggy individual, when I was calling out another individual. But as soon as I showed balance, which back then, maybe it wasn't a big deal, but it was more so in the Presgrove case right now, more balance than ever. The fact that I showed balance in responding and calling out people, once I targeted their daddy or their master, oh, Indiana got all pants in a twist with their concrete industrial hands, cracks all over the place, some kind of convert. And the most embarrassing thing is, the reality is, they are white, they're a Muslim convert, all about religion of peace. But what did they do? They showed nothing but negativity and resistance. They can't even follow their own adopted religion. A two-faced hypocrite, unstable, a liability, pathetic, okay? That's in the past. I don't forget. And because I don't forget, history doesn't repeat itself. All under control. They had a hamster. The eyes looked as red as the devil, but that's under control because I've come across the devil already early on. Yep, Strawberry, very embarrassing. Brenda, I think I'm going red. Bloody hell. Really active. Brenda, welcome. This is about No Presgrove, in case you weren't in, just giving a little history lesson here and there in terms of humans that I do come across at times. Was there anything else to be mentioned, though? Y'all do realize God is real? Oh, no. To hell with any kind of punishment in this life. It's a judgment we all face eventually, and that's the only one that matters. So here's my opinion. I thought the sheet the comment to the BS I knew would come. Why are people getting so full on with God when it comes to the case? Just simmer down just a little bit and just focus on the story itself of the case. Too many words thrown in, too much noise going about. Welcome to those who have joined now in this live. Hopefully the lighting's okay. I can turn the light on afterwards. As a heads up, Strawberry, the other thing hasn't been put up because when it fell behind the table, and it's impossible to reach at this moment in time. Badger, Shih Tzu. That's a good one, that. Yeah, I get that reference. Okay, what else do we have? Now, let me show you how not passive-aggressive I am. Oh, in capital letters. That reminds me of the past in 2022. The capital letters all over the place. That is just so cringy when people do it in capital letters, right? There might be some exceptions, but what's this? I think you are an evil, vile human being from the way you act on Facebook pages. I think that might be, is that more so in response to a particular individual? Some person called Cami Jane. Never heard of Cami Jane. Strawberry, in my opinion, to be in the beauty industry, you have to truly care about people, build people up, not pull them down. Yeah. Oh no, Badger Life, not Kathy Waters. Kathy in Deep Waters, the pet pegging parrot. Perry, Joy Popsicle Perry, and Dale sucking on a popsicle free of charge. Oh no, I don't forget these names. Yeah, Kathy in capital letters, Waters, Broker Waters. Nothing was there at the end of the day, just a load of hot air and wasted talk. Definitely. All these individuals, and they could still be present, spread out here and there, right? And the other reason why I don't forget is because where they could end up. If any of these cretins end up showing up when it comes to another case, I remember that time when some people, including the giggling goblin, ended up threatening to try and mess up the Kenny Veach case. Just because I've been covering it for a very long time, they wanted to come on over and make a joke of it. How pathetic. The reality is, people want to go into the Kenny Veach case and mystery, prepare yourself, because that in itself can be explosive and unpredictable by the people that do show up in that case. You want to go to Godlike Productions, GLP? Feel free to check that out. See how that goes. We've got Spencer, God bless, Warlike Ref, bringing in the candles, the prayers, and anything else in between. Ref 316, thou shalt not whip unless necessary. Don't know where Watch of Crazy is at the moment. Probably too busy with a secondary lawnmower and Senor Benjamin. So was there really anything going on? What was the actual question then for someone to get attacked so badly then? Does it actually say? I didn't think I answered your question rude at all. Right, so is this a matter of misunderstanding where one person's reacted badly and someone takes it out on everyone and it just gets a little bit all over the place? Who knows? Casey, Kenny's still alive. I always like to say there's material to suggest what he is. Badger Life, for every nutcase we lose, 3 good people because of the nutcase. For every nutcase, we lose 3 good people. Yeah, I read that all in one go. Strawberry, I will never understand nastiness. Nastiness can come from evolutionary competitive behavior, specifically with alternative YouTube channels. If one person is doing well and the others aren't, they don't like that, they get jealous, they get frustrated. Of course, sounds a bit unusual, but it has happened based on actual observations. What has also happened, Strawberry, is there's been some deep sexual frustration towards me when it comes to my channel. There was a time in 2022 when a supposed private investigator wanted to take over my channel. They wanted to conduct panels and shows. Take care, Casey. They wanted to take over panels and shows. Badger will know about that. And they basically took over every single channel out there, Strawberry. And each channel that had their own channel ended up getting shut down, deleted, removed, or it ended up performing worse afterwards. The fact that you let somebody in, you become reliant, dependable on them because you might make more, you might gain more. But as soon as they give that to you, then they have control. You owe them something. They're now in control. They now pull the strings. And if things go wrong or there's anything problematic, they can just pull away. They can pull the plug, and now you're worse off. Now you are reliant on them. You need them back. The power dynamics in 2022 from 2023 were crazy. There was many different channels, and there was quite a few that got a boost, a leg up, okay, unnaturally. They got 1,000 subscribers within a month or less. How did I get 1,000 subscribers from 2013 to 2020? Right? That's also because of the type of videos that I did and the frequency of it. But I didn't get an easy boost, okay? I didn't get a leg up just like that. I'd spend years upon years just to get something, and then slowly it grew from there. But, you know, the other people that got like a quick boost and then they're talking all over the place like they think they're great and God. And then they talk about the communities and the view count, the subscriber count, and then battling against one another in such a cringy way. But the reality is, while some people had 1,000, 2,000 subscribers, and that's the amount of views that they got as well after a live stream more so, they were in a gated community, meaning they would not grow. They would never grow. But in terms of my channel, people always like to mention about the subscriber count not matching up to the view count, but it's the same with bigger YouTube channels, which will have millions of subscribers, and yet will only have 50,000 views, if not 10,000 or 2,000. It's just what happens. That's the life cycle. But the reality is, there could be someday I do a video and it might get 10 to 25 million views. It can happen. The way I see it, it's a ground of many mine fields. It's a field of mines. If I step on the right one, it will explode in the right way. But the rest could be empty, could be dead-end spots. Time will tell. Strawberry says, you worked bloody hard, Raf. Appreciate that. And speaking of which, Strawberry and, well, yeah, in general, I think worked very hard today. It just so happened that I did a massive, long workout today. It was more extreme-based cardio for once. Well, not for once, because it's actually happened quite often nowadays, but really intense cardio, non-stop, cardio on the legs, cardio on the arms, cardio on the chest, relentless, non-stop. So I'm probably going to be sore tomorrow. Jeremiah, true. I see you making very concise with surgical precision. Appreciate that. Very important words, that, because that's something I use in the past. With straightforward analysis and investigation, looking at all the facts, or at least trying. Yeah, so the mention of surgical precision is really important because, jokes aside, Dr. Raf, I think it might have been the Dylan Rounds case, I introduced the doctor method in which you get that scalpel, you slit something, you cut it apart, you separate it, as in events, orders, dates, and people and whatever. And you look at it bit by bit so it's not as overwhelming, so you can focus in a lot deeper, try and understand it better. Then move on to the next thing. And then once you've done that, then you can stitch it back together and it might create a better story. More understandable. Strawberry, oh, did you enjoy it, Raf? Yes, it was extremely good. It was very, very good. Well, yeah, it was one of those things where towards the end of the cardio, because my legs were aching, I was a bit tired as well. I had to lay on the floor for a little bit. Took a bit of time to get back up and then resting back, then go through the little recovery session as well. Giving and taking, it was perfect, 100% perfect. But once again, sometimes when you do this intense stuff, you'll feel it the next day. And it just happens the next day. I got to do weights as well, but not the leg exercises, man. What else do we have? I'm just trying to find that comment, man. Goes both ways, passionately to screen. If you were someone outside looking in your world, you say both sides go after each other. Interesting. If I'm looking away, it's because I'm looking at the other device just to be able to look at some of the points made, okay? So if you do have any comments or questions in between, you can feel free to reach out. All right. Let's try and find whether that's a blue question. Ah, there we go. Are you the one that asked, how do we know who is lying if we don't know the truth? And Tracy says, yeah, that was me that said it. Okay. And then someone answered, she answered by twisting my words like they always do. I don't have time for games. Why are you playing games in the first place? So if you ask the question, how do we know who is lying within this case? Is Kaden lying? Is Jack lying? Is Avery lying? Is Logan lying? Along the lines of that, when we may not know the actual truth, because still, even if Jack has spoken and Avery or Carter, no offense to them, but if it's just in words and only words without hard evidence, it's not exactly good enough. But granted, if some of the words, what they say, can be backed up with Snapchat posts and all that, that's a positive. Really, at the end of the day, if you was to come into a case, sorry, I keep touching, very touchy with the phone. The reality is, if you come into a case like no Presgrove and you don't trust anything, maybe you don't trust anyone, it's not a bad thing, don't make you a bad person. You might not be able to trust things because of all previous things being let down, or your trust being abused, your trust being disrespected, ruined, damaged, burnt down. It happens. Look, Dylan Round's case of 2022, the way people got hyped up and then were let down afterwards, where did it actually go? Waste of time, false hope. Well, same happened with the no Presgrove case, even more. I know people will be lenient towards Dina Rose because they have passed away. They're no longer alive. But to be realistic and balanced, at the time, Dina Rose and some of the people, and Vanessa Salazar, and some others as well, and Laura Dutton, I think, that really getting hyped up with the concept of video footage, Noah being beaten, and all of that coming to truth, coming to a head, being resolved, etc. And it's like, really? Where is it? It's embarrassing when people do these really cinematic, motivational speeches. Back in 2024, it's coming to an end. By the end of the week, it'll be solved. We're in 2025. Nothing has changed. What's the point in saying all of that and then getting people's hopes up and then letting them down afterwards? Waste of time. That's why when I do my coverage, I just say, right, I'm here to try and cover the case, try and work things out, maybe at least keep it alive, and then go from there. It's like I under-promise, I over-deliver, and it's better that way around, so it's not as disappointing. Okay. But me personally, I've used to say, how do you know who's lying if we don't know the truth? You shouldn't really be attacked for that. But if that's such a vague question, you get attacked for that. But then there's been people that have been a bit more specific, as in questioning Kaden Pressy. Of course, down the line, you've got attacked, you've got kicked, you got blocked, you got removed. The only difference is, with me, I didn't question Kaden Pressy on Facebook pages because I never comment, I never post on Facebook pages, even if some people like to make false claims about that. Oh, big shout out to John Doe, present once again, a key supporter on the channel. If I had questioned Kaden just like the same level and depth as I've done on my YouTube channel, then there's probably high chances I would have been removed or kicked from the one of the Facebook pages. What I will say is there was a bit of an update in which it was passed on through someone on behalf of another to do with Jen Zakudo, or Zakuda, the moderator, admin, whatever you want to call it, a part of the original No Presgrove subreddit page, and I have been unblocked or whatever, unbanned, but it says you're pending, as in joining the subreddit. I've not checked since, but maybe I'm still not on it. Not the end of the world, because I don't have to ultimately rely on it. And granted, in the past when it was a bit more important, well, those posts have been removed since. Okay. Welcome to anyone else that has joined. If you want to rewind back, feel free to do so. John Doe, what's up? I'm good. Relaxed at the moment, recovered from earlier. And you? Good little drink. Not much is going on with the football. It's still Spain beating Portugal 2-1. 58 minutes played. Wow. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? Who's this? Jessica. I'm still screaming, arrest the girl that threw the party. Arrest Avery Howard, Avery Combs, because of the social hosting being broken. But it depends how you look at it. It was like Jan Fiorillo that made that reference in response to the Netflix documentary, as in saying, you know what, you got to held accountable, not just Avery, the party host, but the other party host as well, Logan, Carter Combs, and Jack Newton. I'm thinking, why is Jack Newton included? He's not the homeowner. He doesn't live there either. He's just tagged along. Just happens to be the boyfriend and the girlfriend's Carter. So I don't know why Jack would be considered as the party host. But just a quick question, can you be the host of a party even if you don't live or own that property and you don't have family members that own that property either? Are there exceptions? We do have, oh my God, a long one. And we'll just read it whilst we're here, just spread the awareness in either direction. It's just to add little points in along the way. Oh, we got Armando Swam. May we hear the latest news? Well, that's what we're doing. We're looking at the latest discussions and talk within the case. Got device next to me. So 21 hours ago on the case discussion page, Michael Faze-Kaz has made some points, responses to ongoing, I guess, issues. I'll read it out briefly. It says, to everyone following and supporting the search for Justice Noah Presgrove's case, I want to take a moment to clear the air and speak directly to the recent rumours being spread about me, especially concerning the GoFundMe or fundraising efforts for Noah's mother. Oh, did someone just score then? Oh my God, did Ronaldo just score? With a super chat. Perfect timing. There we go. Wow. I can't put the audio on or anything because I don't want copyright, but there we go. 2-2. Nice. John Dare just stopped by real quick. Going to have to rewatch. Take care, John. Wow. I think it was a tap-in though, but it's good to see Ronaldo score. So yeah, with the GoFundMe efforts and Noah's mother, Casey Smith, I think. See a score. Oh my God, what's going on there? Wow, that was good. Deflection. Managed to score, pretty good. I like that. Okay, so what's happened? What's transpired since then? Welcome to the other few people that have joined. We're just looking at Michael Faze-Kaz's recent response, clarifying stuff. Yes, at one point, a small group of us talked about setting up a fundraiser. The goal was to help Noah's mom find some stability during a time of unimaginable grief, after hearing concerns from people close to her, including those citing potential substance abuse struggles, as in drugs, I guess. We collectively chose to shift gears. Instead of offering cash directly, we explored the idea of helping her secure safe, stable housing, a fresh start, something many of us felt she deeply deserved. Interesting. Big shout out to John Doe once again. That's a nice super chat sticker animation. I wonder, Strawberry, if, because I don't know, I think there might be a way of being able to look at a preview. I'll do that next time myself. If there's like any animated cats, that'd be interesting to see. Wow. Okay. Before we go any further, when it comes to, I think it's the mother Casey Smith, even if it comes to substance usage, relapse or something like that, been a problem in the past. And it's also important to acknowledge the post by Noah's biological mother when it comes back to, was it, well, it would have been probably 2023, or could it have been a bit before that? I'm not sure, could it have been 2021? I don't know if it was like a really old post or what. Oh no, they're going to score. Wow, blocked. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn the light on just now. It might be the brightness on my phone. People may still be able to see me, but I don't want to increase the brightness on my phone just in case it kicks me off the live. So just for the sake of it, I'm just going to put the brightness, the light, switch it on. Oh my God, it's going crazy, that football match. Just give me a second. Gives me a time to stretch as well. Okay. There we go. Eyes need to adjust slightly. Got these have you seen these tassels on the shorts? Have you seen how bloody long they are? They probably could tie them up like that. Jesus, my God. I don't know why it's so long, though. Why does it need to be so long? Crazy. Oh, click of the neck. That's a little bit better. You saw them as well. Strawberry, you probably could, look, I'm sat down right now, Strawberry. Look at this. Fucking hell, how high are they? Don't worry, the shorts aren't being pulled up. I'm not really pulling that hard. You probably use them as some kind of lifeguard rescue. Chuck them in the water if someone's drowning. Reel them in or use it as like some kind of fishing stick. Speaking of fishing, I'm surprised Joyce Begow hasn't decided to use any of these. Oh, well, very surprised. Don't know how it's like, if you look from behind, it's just dangling in between my legs, 2 long pieces of string. And there's been sometimes where the material has gone all the way around the waistband, so it's just one long piece dangling and the other bit's nowhere to be seen because it's hidden. It's like a pendulum. There we go. Brenda, I don't agree with airing Noah's mom personal struggle. That's her story to share if she chooses. She's already in a fragile state. Yeah, so it looks like Michael Facecast has acknowledged it, probably in the past as well. And I think it has been mentioned anyway by other people. I mean, I don't know if you remember, Brenda, but there was an actual Facebook post and it was to do with Casey Smith, and it was a public one somewhere. And it was to do with Casey talking about how, due to her issues or struggles, there was a time where her son was taken from her and she didn't get updates, she didn't get communication, and there was like a coldness and almost like isolation from maybe certain family members. So what I was thinking was, if there was that isolation factor, not being able to call, not being able to reach one's own son because of that, but could it have come down to, not saying that it is, any further breakdown in communication with family, that when the mention of Casey, Noah's mum's ex-boyfriend or something, that claimed online that they received some of Noah's items, Noah's top, maybe a shoe, maybe some of the bits and bobs, and that was handed over from Casey to ex-boyfriend of all people, but the likes of Ashley Chadwick, Noah's cousin, Noah's aunt, Robin Smith, and anyone else in between, that they still believe items are missing because Noah's biological mother hasn't told other family members, the non-immediate family members, because of that coldness from the past, being screwed over. Could there be a retaliation now in a covert way? Not saying that it's the case, but could I explain the breakdown in communication? Because when there is a tragedy or when something goes wrong, you would hope that the victims' families are on a united front, just so then there's better communication, but definitely not the case this time round. But in the Dylan Rounds case, there was more of a united front there, people sticking together, a bit more clearer in points mentioned. Jeremiah, use them as suspenders, well, at least they won't pull out in the wash. Yeah, there we go, we'll just attach them on like that. But, you know, it's risky, this, because Strawberry will come along, realise the suspenders in, and they'll try twanging them like elastic bands against. You agree? Of course, Strawberry, you would agree about that, wouldn't you? Because I'm just walking along like this, okay? You put like it fucking has like a guitar now, musical instrument. You pull it, and it'll twang against my chest. Ouch. I've just realised it's a zip one. It's an interesting zip design. I don't know why it's shaped like that. It's not that deep. My hand's big, so I can't fit my hand in. If you've got a smaller hand, you'll be able to fit it in. I guess it just keeps it warm. If you've got cold hands, or one hand, to be honest. If your hands are small enough, you could probably fit both in. Interesting. Well, I'll just finish it off with what Michael Facecast's getting at here, about a small group. Let me be clear, I never wanted to handle the money. I openly and repeatedly said I preferred an attorney or a third-party professional to oversee everything for full transparency. Sadly, despite our best intentions, these efforts were twisted and weaponized. Oh, no, not the word of twistedness. We've seen enough twistedness before. Very twisted, isn't it? Weaponized. Select screenshots have been shared out of context to smear me. You could argue and say, yeah, things are out of context, but it could be from both sides over time. Is that Strawberry? Mouth shut? No, you can keep it open if you want it wide. Brenda, I don't recall the post by Casey. I do remember comments from Joanne regarding shirt. Okay. Maybe I'll do a separate standalone video, Brenda. Hopefully I've still got the screenshot of it and I'll share it with you. It appears to be public, like an actual public post. It might be more so to do with the past, but it's just a link to, is there a breakdown in communication with family? Hence why some know items are returned, others don't. And that guy called Juan, but I think people said it's called Dwayne, even though it's spelt different. I know some people in the past got triggered by how I pronounce stuff, but you know, just have it spelt correctly in the first place and I might actually pronounce it a little bit better. Dodgy language, right? But it does happen. People show up out of nowhere, claim this and that, and how true is that really? Okay. Smear me. Worse, it's happening at the expense of the very people that was meant to help Noah's family. And it's interesting that because Michael Faiscaz is saying it's such a tragedy and such a shame that I've been trying to do such a nice thing. Or says, I believe you, Rav, don't need proof. I appreciate that, Brenda. But in fairness, I am going to do a video just because I've never done a video before about it, you know, a focused one. So I think when doing a focused video, it might help other people, right? And then I can do the comparison as well. Ooh, okay. Tim Daniel, welcome. Welcome back, Tim. Okay. Yeah, so we got a contrast or a juxtaposition in which at a certain point in time, you got Michael Faiscaz and some others doing good stuff, supposedly for Noah's family. But then ever since, some of Noah's family is calling Michael Faiscaz out as either a liar or a troublemaker, misinformation, damaging, harassment, pushing the boundaries, not respecting the wishes of the family. And now Michael Faiscaz is saying how, you know, it's such a shame how a good thing turned out to be a twisted and a bad thing, and people are now impacting the very people that should have been helped in the first place, the victim's family. And Michael's like the one saying how none of this should be happening, no one should be getting attacked, especially the victim's family. How dare that happen? And then the victim's family in the background thinking, Michael, look at what you've done, you're just as bad. That's not what I'm saying, but that's what some of the family have said. I've seen the actual proof of that. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it's gone. Oh, we got George present now. One should be very careful letting felons with money issues manage a trust for someone else, especially if the felon doesn't even own any property himself. Now, Michael Fallon is asking people to send his money to the project. Is that Sam? Do we have anything else present? I wonder. And now the family refers to Michael as criminal, their choice of words. Yeah, certain family members. I mean, it's always important to acknowledge that some family members say what they say and it's important and needs to be acknowledged, but it doesn't represent the whole family unless the whole family all individually say the same thing. People from different sides have quoted, re-quoted what certain Presgrove family members have said, but regarded them as the whole family collectively. And I think that's a little bit reckless at times because not all family members may have time to speak or share what they really think. So that can be a bit of a problem, a little bit problematic, I guess. What else do we have? This is what Michael Faiscaz says. What's truly heartbreaking is that some are so committed to destroying my character, they're willing to sabotage genuine support for a grieving mother. That says more about them than it could about me. So at the cost of what? Noah's mother being attacked, it's all through the means of trying to damage Michael Faiscaz's character. I mean, all I would say, and it's just one example, Michael Faiscaz did himself no favours when he was being sarcastic when it came to falsely pretending to hack people in my channel chat with the IP address thing. Yeah, maybe a joke, maybe being a bit sarcastic, whatever it is what it is, but you're just feeding yourself into it, what people may label you as. You're doing the self-fulfilling prophecy and Is that the position that you really want to be in now? So, you've got to take that into mind as well. How's the match doing? 2-2, 73 minutes played. Wonder who's going to win at the end, and Portugal or Spain. At least there's a bit of a fight this time round. That makes a change. Okay. If you're still unsure, I urge you to read all the messages, not just the cherry-picked bits. The full story is not one of scamming, but of sincerity, of imperfect effort to do something good in Noah's memory. If standing up and trying to help makes me a target, so be it, but I won't let false narratives stop me from supporting the truth or for his family. But the first question is, does the family actually want members of the general public stepping on in with actions, projects, or resources? You'd hope to think that maybe resources can be welcomed, but in the right way. And a good example would be the Dylan Rounds case of 2022. You had Mob Crew Chris YouTube channel, covers true crime cases, assisted with Dylan Rounds' family in person, respecting their wishes, tagging along with them, using equipment too, and asking for permission to go out there and help and assist and search, all done above board, and then relaying it onto his channel, under control, and done fairly well. If more people were like that, then maybe it would work out better. So, yeah, very interesting. It's really intense, that football on the sideline. We've got Cleo. Welcome, Cleo. Welcome to anyone else that has joined recently. Good to see. Thank you to those who continue to see through the noise. What are the comments? What would people... Is Justin going to comment? Renee Kane. I've seen Renee Kane on my channel previously. They believe that Michael has good intentions. All I would say is when Michael Facecaz has communicated with me, it's been somewhat clear. No links, nothing like that. Not overwhelming in responses. I probably still need to catch up with some responses anyway, unfortunately. I've not done that yet. But I'd say Michael Facecaz, in my experience, hasn't been as full-on as Justin Roy. But it could differ from each encounter, right? Wait, does it go to penalties, the football? Is that... I don't know. If anyone has any questions, for those watching in the background, any questions, anything you want to point out in regard to the case, or you want my thoughts on it, or even Kenny Veach, feel free to drop a comment down below. Any other comments? As for what I shared, I struggled with even addressing it publicly, as Michael says, but when false narratives start gaining traction and people are being accused of scamming or exploiting Noah's family, I had to explain the full context. Brenda says, thank you for taking responsibility for the damage your words may cause Noah's mom, who is already in a fragile state, by airing something that is very personal to her. It's not a place to share. And if it is to do with people of fragile states and positions, we might as well acknowledge the situation with the Justin Roy situation with Justin's daughter, which has been documented previously when it came to a Snapchat post, which was posted or came about somewhere. And Justin's daughter got caught in the firing line. Snapchat conversation, I believe, with Jasmine Milan. And then Justin Roy was the one to publicly spurt out about Jasmine Milan, attempting to commit suicide. It was getting quite dark there in a way. We got RKB. Your thoughts on when will case be solved? Appreciate your coverage. So appreciate that. And welcome RKB. Interesting username as well. So what's my thoughts on when the case will be solved? So you look at patterns and trends first of all. I used to do it with news coverage, when to anticipate when the next news piece would come out, when there would be another update, major or minor. Did that with the Dylan Brown's case. There was more to work off from. No Presgrove case, much less to work off from ever since. The last time, I guess it was like official full-on news would have been the autopsy report coming out, was it May 2024, and then maybe the People article magazines, their little coverage there, here and there, and the Tyler Hardy situation. After that, not much since, which is unfortunate. I don't think this case will be solved by the end of this year. The Dylan Rounds case was from 2022 to 2024, and from 2022 as of June 19th, the case started on the death 28th of May 2022. Brenner was taken in on unrelated charges, but it kicked it all off. I guess it was like that was around June 19th, close to that onwards. So whilst the killer Brenner was taken into, I think, Weber County Jail on unrelated charges, gun charges and aggravated assault in 2021, it held him there so the investigation could continue, and then he could be tied into the case with evidence found along the way. More progress there, despite how incompetent and reckless that case was. All the damage, all the missed opportunities, the questionable acts by the LE, a lot of questionable acts and bad stuff. And as bad as that was, up to 2024, April 9th, when I think it might have been April 9th, 2024, when a plea deal was eventually made where Brenner was willing to reveal where he buried Dylan. For the sake of sentence, his charges being reduced or dropped in some capacity. 2022 to 2024. In the Noah Presgrove case, on the surface level, even less progress has been made. So, started 2023, 2024, 25. I'd say maybe at the latest 2027, maybe the case might be solved. Okay, 2027, maybe. If there is a lot going on in the background and the only difference is it's quieter and more private in the Noah Presgrove one than the Noah Presgrove one compared to the Dylan Rounds case, well then that's understandable. I'm only basing it off the public patterns and trends of what I can see, not what I can't. We've got Donna Bond present. Welcome. Do we have anything else we need to catch up on? Yeah, Donna Bond. Oh, why does it kick me off when it comes to being on the pages? You let me know in the chat if you find it somewhat okay, the different style of coverage with the live streams where I can look at some post here and there and add on with my own thoughts and context. Your post from an hour ago removed, as in Mike Johnson. Right, so it's basically a guy called Mike Johnson has post deleted or removed from the case discussion. Let's take a look at that. Let's just see. Oh my God, how many responses are there? That's a lot. I like the lifestyle. That's good to see. Donna Bond says, never smoke a RAF. Is it that powerful? Is it that powerful? Brenda likes the style. That's good to see. 82 minutes played. Oh no. Okay. Mike Johnson, yeah, apparently people don't want the truth even when it's right there in front of them, whatever that means. Tim Daniel, did Justin really file a protective order? Who against? Donna says, yes, RAF, it's that strong, powerful. Well, it's called the RAF for a reason, right? Full of power, full of chaos, okay? The thing is, Donna, if you have any more You're going to be hallucinating frogs with 10 eyes. Who did Justin file a protective order against? Does anyone know, supposedly? I think I'm doing okay multitasking at the moment. Some of Mike Johnson's posts were removed from the discussion page yesterday. That's unfortunate. Brooke. Oh, Brooke Bounds Carter. So Justin Roy has filed a protective order against Brooke Bounds Carter. Not seen Brooke Bounds Carter on here for a while now. May just be busy, fair enough. But people come and go. Justin still owes $154 for the PO. PO, what does that mean? He filed a protective order. Okay. Anita says to Mike, I hate that it was removed. Brooke, you won't get the truth here. To be honest, if you're on a page, your post gets removed, deleted, and it happens a few times, maybe it's time to pull the plug in, as in, don't waste your breath, don't waste your time, go to a different page, go elsewhere, start your own page up, and then post from there, because you just be fighting a losing battle. My situation with YouTube, that's just very random. And if I do go anywhere else, it's just going to be a massive downgrade because there's no other platform as big. Donna, the big baby, ran to the second minute. He's been ridiculing and dragging through the mud for protection. Why protective order against Brooke? Why a protective order against Brooke Bounds Carter now when it could have been done earlier on? What's changed since? Is the protective order got anything to do with when Justin Roy felt like he was threatened with a conversation with Brooke Bounds Carter and another individual about being on property on site, get shot or something? So Daniel, she asked him to remove a photo of her baby niece and he refused, so she got rightly pissed. Right, so when she got pissed, what did she do? And were her actions what led to then Justin retaliating with a protective order? Donna, he thought it'd be funny, compose a picture of a 9-year-old child that has absolutely nothing to do with the case to have a go at Brooke. But Justin also gets defensive and understandably upset when his daughter's in some ways dragged into it, and then it's all talked about on Snapchat and all that. Justin has gone for it himself. Technically, then he should know better not to do it to another person. Tim Daniel, she just left a voicemail that he better take it down, and I guess he got scared. Right, so he might have internalized it as a threat, even if it wasn't. Right, one of those situations, possibly. What's Ronaldo doing on the ground? 86 minutes played, still 2 hours, probably going to go into extra time. I haven't got enough battery. He's such a worry as Nelly. I've been raft all over. You've been raft completely. Welcome to anyone else that has joined and present. Oh no, is Ronaldo going off now? Oh no. Well, he did score the equaliser, that's something at least. But if he goes off and it goes to penalties, he's not going to be able to take a penalty, and he's the main penalty taker. That seems a bit unusual. Strawberry says, me too, me too. Is that so? See if there's anything else present. Donna Barner told her she was welcome to park a truck at my house any time. Oh, as in Brooke. It's like for support. Brooke says, in regard to posts being removed from the case discussion, no, you won't get all the truth here. They removed certain posts pertaining to people that are 100 the truth. I've yet to see Mike lie about anything. If anything, he has been very nice. Have we seen Mike on my channel? Possibly, maybe on a different name. Tracy then said to Brooke, what is the truth? How do you know what the truth is? How do we know what's a lie, a rumor? You guys seem extremely confident in what the truth is and what the lies are. How exactly do you know for sure? That was the question, I guess. And then Brooke's response to Tracy, in which Tracy thought she was attacked elsewhere with that same question. Brooke says, I know the truth on certain kids and I know what OHP said to them. I know kids the defender had nothing to do with his death. Everything Jack, Avery, Carter, Logan and Jazz have said is absolutely the truth and OHP agrees. We all pray every day this is solved. The thing is, if what happened to Kaden Pressy as in leaked interview happened to all the other party goers, it would have just meant there was more to work with publicly for me to look at. Who knows what discrepancies I could have come across, but it just hasn't happened. Yeah, it's all been about Kaden, but that's only because there's more to work with about Kaden. If Kaden in an interview wasn't leaked and maybe if Kaden wasn't as talkative online, well, then Kaden would be just like any other party goer, as in the background we don't hear much about and we don't know what's really going on. Barry. Donovan, anyone else? The best is already here. Oh. He's a vain, he's vile, he's a crybaby. Has he cried upon the walls of Donna's house? Hopefully it doesn't leave a stain. Yeah, so I guess the recent pattern and trend is when it comes to posts and comments on the likes of Facebook, very long, very drawn out. What's going on here? Post one day ago. This could be a bit interesting to have a quick look at. To Michael Facebook has 200 cameras, 0 answers. I guess that's supposedly a reference to 200 cameras on site at the property, including trail cameras, I'm guessing. Ooh, nearly scored then. Wait, has Ronaldo actually gone off? God damn. Wow. What time are we on? 2200 hours? Not too bad. Could go for maybe another hour or just a little bit close. The laptop they don't want you to remember exist. The supposed laptop to do with the party present at the party or something. A laptop in which certain party goers uploaded videos or photos onto the laptop, and then that laptop was passed about in the possession of Stevie Howard and Stevie Howard's boyfriend or husband known as Landon. Then it was sold on somehow to a person, and a person then passed it on to somebody else and eventually retrieved, and the mention of there is footage or something upon the laptop. Something to do with 9 or 11 arrest warrants as well. Donna Bond, yep, and stains everywhere. Oh no. That's such a shame. Tim, is he collecting money for Presgrove's projects? I didn't see that. They were quite nice. George, Michael needs money. Tim, yep, the laptop was complete nonsense, a big lie. Nothing is on it because Noah wasn't murdered. Watcher Crazy, is this live? How do we know if it's live or not? How about this, Watcher of Crazy? Tell me to stand up right now, and we'll say, Watcher Crazy, demand that I stand up right now. Okay? And then we'll find out, won't we? There we go. So, we the people. Oh, meow. Oh, hold on there. There we go. So we know that it is a live stream and it's present right now. My chest is hurting now, to be honest, from slapping my chest. Stinging a little bit, probably a bit sensitive from earlier. With hard nips. Well, I don't know about that. Is it? I don't know. Oh, shit. It's a little bit. See, this is the moment in the live stream where some people in the background watching will end up going onto Facebook whinging and whining about me, or going on to another channel elsewhere saying, this is really inappropriate. Oh my God. Is it really? Is it that inappropriate when we see other human degenerative-like behaviour where it goes above and beyond and starts damaging the case? This does not damage the case. This is just something completely abstract, and that is all. Now, unfortunately, you won't be able to see that one because the pocket covers it. Such a shame, isn't it? You should bang it like Tarzan. I thought Tarzan swings it about, as in when on the vines, going from one to another through the thick bushes and dense trees and vegetation. I think Tarzan would have a difficult time if there was a bush afire. Cut glass with that thing. Ooh, that is art. We the people. There we go. Donna Bond, I just can't with people. If you've seen it on Facebook, then it should be 100% the absolute truth. And I think seeing it from Facebook, if it's just words, it's just not good enough. If you see it from Snapchat, when Snapchat is a major part within the case, because that's where communication, more so posts, were done, a bit more of a greater focus there. Is it going to penalties immediately? Or is it going to extra time? I can't tell because they're doing a toss. Okay. Right, so just briefly acknowledge what Michael's getting at. Of course, shout out to Watcher Crazy, watcher of donations, watcher of super chat trains, watcher of printers, watcher of lawnmowers, watcher of Spanish gardeners, watcher of ponds, watcher of watchers. At one point, they were called Crazy of Watcher or something, or whatever. Tim, did everyone see the parking lot Camaro racing video? I just found it. Should I post it maybe? Oh, so Tim Daniel, are you talking about the one that was from Reddit that was posted? I might be wrong. Nighttime footage in which there was two cars racing one another, and supposedly Alicia was in a vehicle racing somebody else. Was that it? And then there was other footage where supposedly Alicia was pinning someone down on the ground and she was mounting the person, and it was supposedly Kaden's ex-girlfriend, supposedly. Donna Bond, go on, ref, get your kit off. What the fuck? What's going on here? Bloody hell. Is it going to turn into like a bidding war or something? Well, be careful, Donna Bond, about Raf and his kit off, because it will lead to Watcher Crazy needing resuscitating from overexposure to intensified stuff. Tim Daniel, yes, it was on Reddit. Alicia raced the kids. Yeah, I saw that, Tim Daniel. Yeah, you can consider it shocking and all that. The only issue that I had was I couldn't identify the face of the person, and when supposedly Alicia was pinning that girl down on the ground and wouldn't let go, you could only see from the back. You couldn't see the face. And I think, honestly, you need to be able to see the face just for that full identification. If there is full identification with absolute hard evidence, then yeah, it can be looked into. But if it's not, if it's lacking, I can just imagine people saying, you know what, it's just not good enough. Can I see Mars from here? Yeah, I can just see a slight little twinkle of the planet. Hi there, Strawberry. Why are you so out of this world? Yeah? Where's that rocket ship at? Oops. Donna, I saw those. She should be ashamed of herself. Yes, I can pose who's saved them off. Brianna, the girl, said it was her. Right, yeah. So, what, Caden's ex-girlfriend or something, person called Brianna, did that little audio call, voice message or whatever. That file was also posted on Reddit, and they were talking and whatnot. But it's not me being awkward. It's just I want it to be as secure as possible, so then it doesn't give other people ammunition to end up, yeah, right, the ex. You want it to be as secure inside. This is the thing. When it came to the Snapchat post of Mikey Lair, I was confident, more confident with handling that and covering it because there was visual hard evidence, and visually you could identify the people's faces on screen. And on top of that, you had the Snapchat overlay. It was nice, it was good. In a situation with Alicia, more so, which people would call unrelated because it's a separate event, but it's the attitude behind it, which I do understand if it's all true. It's just putting it into perspective that the footage itself, you can't clearly identify it's Alicia, but Caden's ex-girlfriend that was on the receiving end of it can confirm it was, but it's still somebody's word, which some people could throw in there and say, oh, it's hearsay or hearsay. It's definitely Alicia's voice. I mean, there's a case for that. I would have to listen back to it again because I've just not listened that often or that recent. Yeah, you can definitely put a case across there, but it just would have been nice, even if it was from a different angle, to see the actual face, just so you can dispel other people that would come out with the counterpoint of, well, we don't know for certain. Oh, it's what somebody else said. You want to see it directly from the horse's mouth. You want to see the actual face. Or at least that's what I would hope for. Just for that absolute confidence. But what I will say is, or the question that I could put across right now, with what Alicia supposedly did with racing somebody else at whatever younger age and pinning someone else to the ground, that type of behaviour would be considered unacceptable. How does it link to the Noah Presgrove case, though? Is it all down to them being a hypocrite and they themselves reckless? And if they were outraged by the party and what went down there, they're not in a position to complain when they've done their own bad stuff at sometimes, supposedly. Is that what the point is? Ooh. Hello there, Strawberry. Yeah. Only Strawberry is the person that can refer to me as Andy. That the name Andy is reserved for one. Watch her crazy. She said, blow her a kiss, right? Meow. Oh, is that Sam? The thing is, watch her crazy. I literally had a Strawberry on show once. So it looks like watcher of kisses or watcher of messages. Watcher. Oh no, watcher. It's like Gabriel the Messenger that time on YouTube. That random guy called Gabriel the Messenger that passed on bloody messages about. So he's supposed to blow a kiss. What, like that? There you go. Why do I look like I'm some kind of pope or something? Jesus Christ. Hands all wet now. Wet kisses, all about. There we go. Watch her crazy. Andy loves strawberry candy. Well, to be honest, strawberry is one of my favourite flavours. So I'm always hungry for a strawberry. You can flick your tongue at her like a snake. Oh, no. What's going on there? That tongue, that. Like that. Now, I'm not going to turn into a whore on the spot, okay? There's a time and place for that. Brenda, put some passion into it. Oh, my God. Put some passion into the tongue action. Oh, my goodness. What do we have there? 95 minutes being played. Ah, Presgrove project, I guess, Michael Facecas. Where am I collecting money for the Presgrove project? I'd like to know. I could use it. Your gaslighting efforts are ridiculous. So, Presgrove project, in regard to that question, who are you referring to there? I mean, as of today and what I've been looking at, it's more so what others are saying and giving my thoughts on the matter, at least what I know of. So you want to provide any explanations? Brenda, you're right. Blow strawberry a kiss with passion in it. Why do I need to blow one when I can just get close? Literally. Okay then. Strawberry, take my hand. Yeah. Is that a little bit better? Don't worry, Donna Bond. It's all under control, Donna. George, it's on my Presgrove YouTube channel, Michael. What does that mean? George has a YouTube? Well, the thing is, everybody that comments on YouTube has a channel. It might just be a default one. Sounds like he was eating a peach. Well, what you need to know, Watch Your Crazy, I do not like peaches, okay? I'm traumatized. See what you done now. Look what you done to Strawberry. Poor Strawberry. But you want other sound effects. You want other sound effects. That can be arranged. I mean, would the sound of a... well, can create all kinds of noises, can't we? Kind of like the human voice box, okay? Okay, I'll cover my mouth. There's no peach about, is there? Oh, am I hiding a peach under my hand? I don't think so. I don't think I'll be able to fit it there. Watch Your Crazy ASMR Andy. Oh, another person calling me that. Is that Sam? Oh my God. What is it about? Tutorials on how to be an internet troll. As in, oh, okay, that's in regards to, okay. Not a peach guy. He's definitely a strawberry guy. There we go. Tim Daniel with the high-end clothing and the sequins stitched to the fabric has it under control, same wavelength, all about the strawberries and even those hard pips. Big pips, gotta make use of them. Watch Your Crazy, sounds like sipping hot tea. Well, it just so happens Strawberry likes hot tea. Yeah, and suppose I'm the master tea maker as well. So all linking together. Is there any more sounds you wanted to hear, Watch Your Crazy? You know, for the full I can't get the words out, to analyze it, you know, because, you know, Watch Your Crazy with your spreadsheets, deadlines, and everything. Oh my God, she's pregnant. Maybe, no. Watch Your Crazy. Oh, what the fuck? Don't you dare. Wait, what's going on there? Hot tea? Yeah, don't be referring to hot tea, because if certain sounds are related to hot tea, Strawberry will be traumatized every time she tries to drink some tea. It'll be linking back to alternative stuff. I think we should give a big clap, round of applause for Watch Your Crazy and their imagination and mindset. Oh God, what's going on here now? Facebook is better on the app. Do I look like I want the app? I don't think so. Oh. Right, so Michael Facecaz had said, not long ago with the cameras, can someone explain how a kid ends up dead on a road with half his clothes missing? Half his clothes missing, but to some extent, didn't Presgrove make the choice to limit what he was wearing at the time? He made the choice not to wear a top, maybe even a hat as well. Depends how you look at it. Oh, what's going on there? The shoe situation then. Well, kept them on. Shorts, was that by choice of Noah to take them off? Probably not. The hat, the cap, maybe not. Very interesting times. So have they said if his death has been ruled an accident or homicide? Well, the official autopsy says it's like unknown. Donna, laughing my effing ass off. Skip over what I said, you heard me. Wait, are you talking to? What, pregnancy? What you got to understand is, Donna Bond, and this is extremely important. Watch Her Crazy is a witness, not that she was there physically, but heard about it in the chat. The reality is, Donna Bond, we can talk about pregnancy left, right, and centre, but I'm the one that, for some reason, when I've gone on different walks here and there, I keep coming across pregnancy test on the ground. I even came across a pregnancy test in a graveyard. Why do I keep coming across pregnancy test? Is it a sign or something? That's what I'd like to know. But besides that, and I mean law enforcement, have they said specifically? Well, they officially said it wasn't a hit and run. At least that from what I remember. Brenda, that's weird. Yeah, in terms of what I've come across, yeah. Stretch again. See how the football goes. Ah, my back. Broke back matrix. Needs fixing. Okay. Right. Anything else? Multiple injuries. Official story still. We don't know. Yeah, they ran a tox screen, but they didn't test for GHB, the drug people said no, may have been given. That's not an accident. That's a decision. What, a decision to take the drug? As in, definitely needs... It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Just need to be in the right hands, first of all. Such a great pal. Hell, you there, partner. Oh my god, it's so intense, this match. Oh, nearly 103 minutes played. Bloody hell. GHB can be slipped in a drink, absolutely, when it comes to spiking. But why would Noah specifically be spiked? Was anyone else spiked? Supposedly tasteless. Yeah. Interesting. Not much going on outside. Welcome to anyone else that has joined late. That's a conversation you need to have with your dingle. Your dingling, you mean dick. There we go. Oh, sorry, uncensored. Never mind. Maybe he was being drunk and obnoxious. They wanted him passed out. I don't know, just speculating here. The thing is, Donna Bun, I don't have to have a conversation with anything. It has a conversation with me. It talks to me just like the walls in that house. You know, we originally had the walls of Fiorillo and endless dialogue. Maybe he was being drunk and obnoxious. Oh, it led to something going wrong. They wanted him passed out. I don't know. Just yeah, that's fine. That's fair. Lisa, what is that black thing on your shirt? Well, there's every now and then we've got to do a little demonstration. Don't worry, Lisa, put the kettle on just for a second. Strawberry wants a tea. In the meantime, this black thing is, it's just basically a zip. You can like, well, I can't really. You can like flick the zip like that. Not that you would be flicking it, to be honest, but it's a bit loose. And you just pull it down. Oh my God, it's ripping me off. Hold on a second. There you go. Little hole. It doesn't reveal anything. It's just a pocket, really. Yeah, it's hard. But it's hard to fit stuff in, to be honest. But it's supposed to be like a jammy top. So to be honest, I think it's quite multifunctional, to be honest with you. Donna Bond has used 2 refs today. Interesting. So supposedly Donna Bond has been all over me orally. Oh, goodness gracious. I need to cleanse my mind. Ugh. Lisa, isn't that a weird place for a pocket? Well, I don't find it that problematic myself because I'm not touching my nipple. I've never used the pocket personally. But you know, you think of coats and jackets where they might have the button pockets on. It's like a flap, and then you can put stuff in. Oh, what's your crazy big hands, massive hands? Yeah. So I think pockets on your, what do you call it? Nipple pockets, chest pockets. It's additional space and storage. So I think that's good enough. Hmm, interesting. Strawberry agree. Yeah, Strawberry says, yeah, the pocket is a bit of a disappointment because it blocks the view. I mean, there could be some adjustments made. I could take the pocket off and it might appear. Donna Bond, is he looking down his pants, saying not much going on down there? Well, normally people say the lights are on, but no one's home. At least for me, what I'm actually looking at is this device, Donna. Yeah, this device, Donna. Oh my God, is it a burner phone? Is it calling Kermit the Frog? Let's see. Hello, is anyone there? Donna Bond? Oh, you need another supply of ref? Yeah, okay. I'll look down at the screen whilst I'm doing it because it's supposedly it's very dodgy with the eye contact, but I don't give much eye contact because if I do give eye contact, then it all goes downhill. Interesting. I mean, there was another time where someone said, "Oh, what are you looking at?" Oh, I'll lower the camera angle. I'll tilt it down. People were shitting themselves, and at the end of the day, what was on show? The ground was wet because I poured water upon myself when it came to the Jasmine Milan demonstration and the shower situation of how if you wet yourself, you can still be wet afterwards, depending on how wet you are. And Donna Bond, you should know all about this because you're a frog expert. The wetter you are, the longer you may remain wet for. But you know, the environment is quite moist and hot and warm, and you start sweating. You can get very sticky. The more sticky you are, your body, things can stick. And like with dirt and dust and the side-by-side rollover, you could understand why Noah may need a wash there as just a side example. What the F, a nipple pocket? Well, what else do you want to call it? It's a pocket which is around the radius of my nipple, okay? Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's not, but at least the pocket remains a constant in life. What's else going on in the football? Do we have any additional post? One day ago. I mean, yeah, you could argue and say certain stuff has gone quieter, but it's what you'd expect over a period of time. In between, you'd hope that to be like a little boost in news and coverage. Where's the actual bit in bold? Michael Facecar says there are over 200 cameras on the party house property. 200. And yet somehow not one single piece of footage has come out. Not from the party, not from the road, not of Noah at any point. Why would it come from the road when the road has no cameras or highway cameras? And those trail cameras, what angle are the trail cameras facing? And why does it need to be 200? Is it normal to have 200? Where's the proof and evidence that there are 200? Where did that come from? Michael says, and for the people still saying the laptop doesn't exist, stop. You sound foolish. The laptop is real. I've confirmed it. OHP has it, and they've had it for a while. It's evidence, apparently, but for what? Well, maybe some evidence, but doesn't seem to be enough then if it's not led to much at this moment. Because so far there's been no movement, no public explanation, and no justice. And Donna says, ew, what about? Donna's thrown up. Not the only person. Shit, sorry. The heating is not on at this moment in time, George. And the game cameras were for another property. What property, supposedly? So, trail cameras, and the laptop, was it turned into you? Yes, and directly turned over to HP. We never opened, straight to OHP. Never opened, but then someone was commenting in a Facebook chat about it having 9/11 arrest warrants on that laptop. Who has 200 plus trail cameras around their house, surrounding and including the party house property? But would you still need 200 cameras though? Are trail cameras normally primarily used for nature, animals, or actually home security? I could understand the bigger the land and acreage that you have, the more to cover and to protect and preserve and record. Oh god, we got Beth, I crashed my car, still present. My goodness. If anyone has any questions in regard to the case, any viewpoints, feel free to drop a comment below. As for like absolute breaking news, I'm not seen that in a bit. The one thing that I probably could do once we've got the Kaden Pressy stuff out of the way, and some other stuff like the interview audio, I'll need to, just from Kathy Bingham's point of view as like a theory-based video to understand from their point of view the Porchway situation. Oh, welcome Julie Beck. Sorry, I've been packing all day, no problem. Does Donabon need a sick bucket? Oh no, we go again. What has Justin Roy said? Is this from the army page? Welcome to anyone else that has joined since. So ask yourself, why do these people have fake accounts and screenshots every comment on the army page? So that's been a constant theme and pattern in this case community with fake accounts here and there. And yet, in ways, I've not really come across fake accounts. The only time I've come across fake accounts is when it's come to the odd individual, a certain individual who I am aware of. You can tell by behaviour, degenerative behaviour, language. Wow, that dribbling then. Wow. To start more drama. What, the fake account thing? Justin says, I do not see every comment on the army page. Are these facts or opinions? Well, Justin, if you don't see every comment on the army page, then you would have been able to understand it from my point of view. That when I said I saw people on the army page boldly claiming as a fact that Jack Newton is the murderer with no evidence to back it up, and Justin's response to me was, that's never happened. No one's ever said that before. Well, you've just admitted that you've not seen every comment on the army page. So the comments that you've not seen are the comments that I have seen. So kind of contradict yourself there. That's not quite good. It's a bit incompetent. It's weird they make the comments. I don't see it yet. You screenshot it right away. It seems like a setup to me. You didn't debate about posting it. You clearly were saving it for now. And Mike Fake Johnson, you did call two of Noah's family members a liar. So don't say you support the family because you don't. Both of them said that there was a lack of blood for his injuries. He had a lack of blood, but you, Justin, at one comment at point said there was no blood whatsoever on the highway. No blood at all. That's exaggerated because there was some at least. Right. Both think it was foul play and looked staged. They were there. You were not. You were only there to cover this up and make it look like an accident. You, as in who? It must be back and forth between Mike and Justin. And Mike says, here's a response to tit. Baby Roy. Who's a big tit? Interesting language. Hmm. What are we doing with the football? God, it's still going on. It's a long, late match. It's definitely going to go down to penalties. Who's better at penalties, Portugal or Spain? That's for the goalie then. Oh my God. Fake accounts. Brenda, Mike is a straight shooter in my opinion. Fair enough. Oh my God, that's so long. Why is it with these long posts? Why can't it be minimized? So much going on there. I mean, I could possibly give. I left the army group too much for me. That's understandable. I didn't leave the page. I was actually removed or kicked from the page, which is unfortunate. Do we have any additional post? I mean, there might be some named individuals which we've not seen or heard of for a while, which in some ways are a positive. Tim Daniels post to do with partners in true crime, some interview with, I think, Robin Smith and Dale and Presgrove. I didn't actually see that one from like a year ago or so. I don't know if it would be considered outdated by now to look at. A lot more talk than ever, but so without sharing it, there can be another little thing we get into. Ooh. Oh yeah. Watch Your Crazies missed out on that there. Oh yeah. And I might as well do it anyway, just out of context, because 26 people watching. Welcome to the 26 people that are present. So use Strawberry. I think there was some audio where it wouldn't make the sound or so because it wouldn't pick up certain sounds. Actually, no, I think it did pick up certain sounds. But you, Strawberry, ended up saying it's not like a line, it's something else like. I think that's pretty good enough. Mike speaks the truth, says Tim. Did anyone find out if Kaden wore contact lens? Oh my God, Julie Beck, are you a mind reader? That's exactly what I was going to talk about just then. I just happened to come across that post. So, I think it might be to do with Kaden, a job, and vehicle usage of a vehicle that weighs over £10,000, and you've got to wear corrective lenses or something when driving. Lenses, as in what? Contact lenses within the eye, or glasses, one or the other. Would Kaden have been wearing anything of that sort at the time of the party? Well, if the lenses or glasses are needed, required, implemented once getting a job of a certain nature, if he hadn't had the job before that, would he have had that requirement or need to wear glasses or contacts? That's what the question is. And it has been mentioned that if you do wear certain corrective lenses, it can alter your perception or something in some way. Tim, Kaden has very bad eyesight and is the star witness of Black Shorts. Doesn't sound too good, that, I guess. Oh, we got +1. Welcome. Cleo says nibbling and tearing. No, 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 Cleo. There will be no nibbling or tearing here, okay? No access. Do we have anything else? Corrective lenses. Alters perception. You might see something which isn't actually there. Might misinterpret it. But, you know, at the end of the day, either Noah's got shorts on or he hasn't. Wearing shorts, shorts are black. Not wearing shorts, skin colour, whitish, tanned, slightly different colour to the colour black. And if lighting is somewhat reasonable, shouldn't be an issue. But Cleo, the sound you made, the sound that I make is reserved for one. Just little demonstrations along the way. Julie, there's no way he could see black shorts in the dark if he wore the same pair of contact lenses and not eyeglasses. Hi there, +1, welcome. Whenever I hear your name, +1, it sounds like a mobile phone company. Interesting. I have to stretch in a second. Shout out to the people that have watched continuously through this live. No way he saw what kind of shoes. No way. Well, Tim, even if Kaden wouldn't have been able to possibly identify the shoes, in the end, the shoes were identified by other people eventually as mismatched. A Hey Dude and Noah's own shoe. Are you kind of getting at, Tim, that there was a time where Kaden Pressy supposedly said that Noah was wearing Kaden's both pair of shoes or not? If Kaden never said that, it would make absolutely no sense because Kaden said he put one shoe of his own on and then was hopping about outside or to some extent. So. Where's my eye twitching? I have trouble eyesight, and unless I was close, I definitely would not be able to see Noah had on black shorts. Interesting, right. Yet he was looking for his shoes when he left the house. Why look for shoes if he knew Noah had it on? What are we saying that Kaden knew that Noah had Kaden's shoe before Kaden had got to the highway? He hopped on one foot, the injured leg. That's a very, very key point, what Brenda says, because first question, was it Kaden's left leg which was injured or had the knee brace? Was it the left leg? I think so. Which shoe was Noah wearing from Kaden's? Was it the left or the right? He was still looking for his shoes. Tells you he didn't see what shoes. Oh, sorry, maybe I'm a bit slow catching up. Wait, was Kaden Pressy looking for his shoes once he got back to the house and around the time of when he was told to leave by, well, supposedly by Renee Milan at 7 in the morning? Was Kaden looking for his shoes still then, or what? Strawberry, Raf, from the last sighting of Noah Presgrove till he was found, how long the time-wise? Based on hard evidence only, the last sighting of Noah Presgrove, based on hard evidence, public hard evidence, would be 1:50 in the morning. And then the last time after that, when he was found, would be 5:43 a.m. And the reason why I use 1:50 as the last known time of Noah being seen Monday morning is because that's the last photo, I believe, of Noah at 1:50. I'm not including the shower footage. I'm not including the teabagging or the ramen noodles because that material footage has not been shown public and I've not seen it either, so I can't comment on that. If by some chance that material does exist around 3:30, the last known of Noah being sighted, based on words of other people, Jack speaking on behalf of who is it? Logan Jernigan. Logan supposedly saw Noah walk away around 3:30 heading east. And then the next time Noah being seen, also found dead on the highway by a more official person, as in official in regard to call made and it being documented on the call logs, what we've seen would be 5:43 by Tyler H, then 5:53 by Tyler Hardy. So that's how that is there. Oh, we're going down to penalties now. Have a little drink. Bit thirsty. You're welcome, Strawberry. Appreciate the questions. Why does it look like I've got like a dot on my nose? There's no dot. Why is my nose so shiny? What the hell? Has someone been licking my nose or something? Strawberry. First question ever. Ooh. Is that so, really? Ooh, question. Well, actually, besides the case, I do remember the last question you asked me, and that was to do with where was your strawberry sister at? Behind the table. And I can't reach them at the moment. They're trapped. Oops. Okay, what I'll do, I'll finalise with my final thoughts and possible videos to expect next. And then I might do a bit of a countdown and we'll see where things go from there, because there's always a bit of overtime, of course. I'll probably stick around during this live at least to watch the last bit of the football during the penalty shootout now. So there are still some video ideas and projects that I can do myself on my channel. Catch up with the Kaden Pressy comments and stuff. That needs to be checked out, completed. Ooh, shot down the middle. Portugal got one then. But wow, Ronaldo's on the sideline. I think he must have got injured. Yeah, he must have got injured. It's crazy. I'm looking at the chat now. It just looks like it's you, Strawberry. Well, there's 16 other people present, just watching along, what, with popcorn or something? Do we have anything else? So likely the next video that I can do will be catching up, following on with Kaden Pressy and those never seen before text. There was one individual, but it was just a stranger, I could tell, because they were new to my channel and I think they were of a younger age, but they're kind of getting at saying, where are the text? Where are the text? Just watch the video. They're all there. Noah was found with an Adidas on the left foot and a Hey Dude on the right. So, yogurt. What? Why are we talking about yogurt? Snickers? What? Are you hungry, Cleo? Right. So if now Presgrove, no, if Kaden Pressy is missing his right shoe, he would be hopping on his left leg, and his left leg is his kind of injured one. So Caden's hopping about on his dodgy leg. That doesn't sound like a good idea, does it? Ooh, just scored. So did Kaden go to the lake barefoot? That's a good question, Tim. I would say, and maybe I'm wrong, Kaden could have gone home. More motivation to go home and tell the news, but also get a pair of new shoes and then head back out after. Oh no, it's Cleo being dodgy again. Are Man U playing Leeds next, Raf? I don't know. Are they supposed to be playing Leeds? I've not been following. Would there be are Leeds in the Premier League? Have they been promoted? I have to check that, Strawberry. Oh, that was the thing, Strawberry. It said Bruno Fernandes is United's player of the year. There wasn't really much to go off from, though. Oh, a friendly. Oh, I didn't know about that. Sounds interesting. When is it on? Julie, therefore, Kaden could have turned the side-by-side back over since he hopped on his bad leg. If Kaden can hop on his bad leg, maybe he can stand on both legs and lift up a vehicle with the assistance of others. For life. Whoa. What are you on about, Cleo? Strawberry, the 19th of July, I think. I wonder what day that falls on. I might watch it. Or I'll probably end up forgetting. It'll be one of those things. See, this is the thing, Strawberry. When it came to United a couple of years ago, they were doing okay, but still not good. But they were entertaining kind of in the wrong way, but it was funny as a piss take. You had Harry Maguire, the fridge, pulling down his own players. I remember that clip where Maguire ended up pulling Luke Shaw down to the ground to allow the opposition to score. That was quite funny. Luke Shaw. What the hell was it, Strawberry, about Luke Shaw? Whenever I had him in my fantasy football team, every single bloody week he'll get a customary yellow card. What a joker. And there was that time when Luke Shaw got an assist from a massive lob over to maybe Bruno. Bruno scored, and it was all ruled out from the original foul made by Luke Shaw. And on top of it, he got a yellow card. And now, I know, Strawberry. Do we have any more? And oh yeah, the other one, Strawberry. The player called Alejandro Garnacho. He looks like a fucking skeleton with his jawline. What the hell's going on there? His blonde, frizzy hair. What do you think, Strawberry? Would I look good with Garnacho's fuzzy blonde hair? I don't think so. I'd look a right tosser. Or make it pink, fuzzy hair. Parade me down the streets. Oh my God. It would be that bad, you wouldn't want to be seen with me. Just, walking beside, and then if people come along, you just separate yourself, distance yourself, go elsewhere. Got nothing to do with me. I don't know who that dodgy Andy is with some unusual hair. Nothing to do with me. Scissors fall out the back pocket. Is that Seb? What's the penalty situation like? What the fuck? What are you on about, Cleo? What are you on about? Oh, penalty saved. Oh, wow. Is this gonna, oh my God. Is this gonna be it, the end? Spain won, what is it, the Euros against England? Oh my goodness. You could be a flamingo. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I'll turn into a flamingo. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Strawberry. I'm turning into a flamingo. It's like on holiday already. All pink. Don't flamingos have really long, thin legs? Oh, yeah. Flamingo with long, thin legs. What, is it going to be a little reference Oh, there we go. Portugal have won. They've won a trophy. Ronaldo's won a trophy again. Bloody hell. Wow. Against Spain. I don't know how Portugal managed that all the way through. Oh my God, Ronaldo's crying. And he's the one that got the equaliser as well. I think the last time Ronaldo won an international trophy was in 2016, and he was actually taken off the pitch injured, so it's such a coincidence. Ref is 7'5". Come on, Strawberry, I'm such a big boy, aren't I? 7'5", meaning long legs, meaning what? Thin legs? Oh, great. Not training enough. Oh no, if I've got weak legs, I think we need to do the bets, the updates on what are the chances of Strawberry tackling me down to the ground then? Are the chances high or what? Interesting. Just turn it off just for now. There we go. Wow. High. The chances are high. Really? The chances are that high that you can take me down? Wow. Oh, I guess I'll have to do a bit more training then in between, won't I? And I guess with too much cardio, it means I'm a little bit weakened. It means stamina levels. It means muscle being used up. Oh, yeah, so I've transformed into a flamingo. I do some flamingo dancing as well. Jesus. My poor legs. Well, if it's any consolation, my thighs are 26 inches in size. I don't know if that's enough or not. Wow. Just watching little bits of the football, the after events. I can't believe Spain are out. I'd have lost. We need a video. Of what? You need a video of my legs. Is that what you mean? Ref and a dodgy wrist. Oh. Wrist, only one. Well, I'll take that as a compliment because I thought it was both. Badger and Beck had people harshing my mellow. What does that mean? You're doing a flamingo dance. I guess I'll need a partner to dance with. Don't you have the little clappers as well? Or something? Down the road. I may be a flamingo down the road, strutting along. Wow. Some very interesting developments tonight. If anyone has joined late to the live stream, you can always rewind back to earlier on when we talk about the Presgrove situation and case. We have what's available to talk about, of course. Right. Very interesting. Raf, you're also left-handed, so disadvantaged. I know. I don't know if I told you this, Strawberry, but when I take my top off, sometimes it feels like my wrist dislocates itself. Feels like it pops out the joint. Badger, props have not been in a... I don't know what that means. But the thing is, honestly, my wrists are quite small. I mean, forearm-wise, I think it's like 14 to 15. I don't know if it shows much. The forearm is okay, but the wrist, it's just a bit too small. I can fit my fingers almost around it. I've got tiny wrist, and my ankles as well. I've got tiny wrist and ankles, but other areas are bigger, so I make up for it, like such as with the forearm. But it's hard to fit on camera. Badger Life, left-handed people are naturally smarter than right-handed people in my observation. Well, I'll take that. There we go. There we go. But the thing is, take care, Brenda. Justice for Noah, of course. Which one is it? left-handed, a little bit bigger in size, right-handed, not as much. But, you know, if I'm left-handed, of course, it's going to be bigger. The wrist is going to be the same, but there we go. Enough show and tell there. But yeah, that Ronaldo keeps crying. You are so silly. Far from it, Cleo. I'm surprised your wrists aren't massive. Is that so? Left boob is probably bigger. Well, unfortunately, Badger Life, we're not going to find out because with my pocket on the top, I can't quite compare. Julie Beck, right-handed explains why I'm not too smart. Well, you're here on this channel, so you're smart enough to make the right decision to be present. Yeah, I mean, in fairness, Strawberry, if you can be my personal trainer, maybe you can teach me how to get some thicker wrist, you know, because, you know, like grip training can impact the wrist as well. So I think, Strawberry, if you give me some big tips, and then that might actually help with progression. I'll have to stretch again because I am aching. Ref, you grip enough. Oh, I appreciate that, Strawberry. I know there's a lot to handle, but, you know, good things come in big packages. Oh, goodness, not a rainbow. So what I'm going to do, because it's getting a bit late now, I'm going to do a countdown. We'll see how things go. And then I'm probably going to rest, stretch. I'm probably going to lay on the bed, to be honest. Stretch the body. Very true. Of course. And the other thing is, Strawberry, it's the fact that some things are just bursting with flavour. Just wanting to burst like fireworks. That built up tension. But anyway, do it from 20. 20, 19, 18, indeed, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Everyone from Oklahoma, stay safe. There's a storm moving in. Ooh. I know Beauty Grumos from over there. They've been a bit busy, but I think they've been traveling. 13. Persistence paid off now. Ref is a hard body. Yeah, hard. 13. Strawberry, you're looking at me to stop you. Oh, is that so? Yeah, you want me to stop? You want me to keep on going? You want to count down? I don't know why I'm looking over there. Where are you? Where are you, Strawberry? Man Glaze. What are you on about, Cleo? Julie, thank you, Warlight, for all you do. Appreciate that, and for you being present as well. That goes a long way. Am I really? Yeah. Oh, I'm sure the camera ends up flickering when I get a bit too close. Take care, Badger. Take care, Badger. 13, 12, 11. Should do a little finger, like a little hypnosis. Ooh, no. Too dangerous. It's too dangerous, that. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. My eyes bloodshot. I don't know. 5, Oh, we got Litly Dim present. What's it, Strawberry? Mm-hmm. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Julie's gone for a quick countdown. I can't remember which number I'm on. I'll have to count again. My eyes. What, Strawberry? Ooh. Strawberry, don't leave me hanging. What were you going to say? Hey, Strawberry. Hey there. How are you today? Or should I say tonight? Cleo, how do you know that I'm dangerous? How do you know? I thought you were the dangerous one with that knife. I'm sleepy, but in a good way. Just curl up and relax, I guess. It's been a very busy day today. Very productive. A lot of multitasking going on. Strawberry, it appears that I've lost count of the countdown, what I was trying to do. Take care, Julie. Would you say you've been busy as well, Strawberry? Been a bit tied up in ways. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. You too. As this way, I've got to do more air kisses or something. Well, it's supposed to be more passionate. How are you supposed to make it more passionate like that? I sound like I'm moaning like a cow, like a The fuck am I doing at this point in time? I don't know. He must be on a horse. Oh yeah, because I'm riding it. Yeah, riding it all day, all night long. Bloody hell. Be careful, don't break the floor. Kisses to you too, Strawberry. Many more to come. Really? Yes, Cleo, really. With a kiss behind it. There you go. Can you feel my fingers? Can you feel the fingers? On the side? Okay. I don't think I'll be having sweet dreams. I'll probably be having nightmares. But on other notes, 5, 3, 6, 6, 3, 5, 10, 9, 12, 16, 18, 100. We're all over the place. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 5.5, ooh, 4, 3.5, ooh, 3, 2, 1, and 0. It looks like we have reached the end point. And what happens now? The live stream ends, but some things do not end. They continue, don't they? So shout out to everyone that had watched the live and those that have remained all the way through. Much appreciated. Get back to normal standard video format, live premieres tomorrow, day after. Finger licking good. Ooh, really? I'll see you very shortly. Great live. Appreciate that, Strawberry. I was glad you're here and your presence as well. Much appreciated. So, tomorrow probably do Kaden Pressy, part 3 or part 4, catch up with that, Kenny of each video day after or so, and then we'll go from there. So my name's Warlike Ref. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye for now.